of men and women. Well, joining me now is Jim Hanson, former U.S. Army Special Forces, president of the Security Studies Group, a national security and foreign policy think tank. Jim, good to have you here. First, I want to take up these generals because, in point of fact, they distorted and in several instances outright lied, talking about the Constitution and the president violating it should he invoke the Insurrection Act, and describing, and as you walk through Washington, you may have noticed a few boarded up businesses and the results of arson and vandalism throughout the path of that so-called peaceful assembly. What in hell is going on with these generals?
You know, Lou, you hit it right on the head with the idea that the assembly that is happening is far from peaceful. It is closer to insurrection than it is to a peaceful protest. And that's what all of these generals did that is so egregious, is claiming that President Trump was aiming any consideration of military force at peaceful protests. He was aiming it at the possibility that they were unable, the police and other agencies were unable to control these riots, and they might need the assistance that the U.S. military could provide. That's what the Insurrection Act is for. It is 100% constitutional to use it that way, and President Trump never once considered it as a way to go ahead and shut down the right to peaceable assembly for the people who are using it properly.
And he's made it clear, as you know, clear time and time again, that he is for peaceful protest. It is an American right. But what, as you look at the video of the damage that has been done, the list of police officers, more than 300 police officers injured, there is nothing peaceful about the Antifa group and the other groups referred to by the Attorney General. This is obviously an orchestrated reaction to the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis at the hands of one police officer in Minneapolis and three others who are now charged with aiding and abetting in the charged murder of George Floyd by a police officer. It is that straightforward. And suddenly we have this mushrooming nonsense about peaceful assembly from generals who are aligning themselves with whom? With Antifa? I mean, what in the hell? Can you, would you have ever imagined you would see a chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff say what Milley said to the branch leaders of the United States military?
Not in a million years, and it's insubordination of one form or another. Whether it should be punished or not is up to President Trump. He has every right to expect those officers to do their constitutional